As a youth minister in Hutchinson, Minnesota, Steve Olcott was passionate about his work. He served in his congregation for over 10 years and felt a strong commitment to his community. So he was somewhat surprised when he found another calling.
I've been doing youth ministry for about 12 or 13 years and loved it. And then I also had a call, kind of a feeling like I should be diving into my own faith life and growing as a leader, and felt a call to pastoral ministry.
That double calling created a conflict for Steve.
I didn't want to leave the ministry I was doing, and I also didn't want to take up my kind of a new family, just started having kids. I didn't want to take the whole family and move them to a new city.
Presently, theological education is very expensive in North America and other parts of the world. Students have to go somewhere to a big city, study 2 years, go out on an internship year, and then come back for another year, 3 moves with a family. It's very difficult.
Steve heard about an academic institute that provides in-depth, quality online theological education.
A friend of mine had told me a little bit about this opportunity to do online seminary, a growth in theology, and so he and I both explored it and found that it was great. It answered kind of both the struggles we were feeling for ministry and for theology.
The online interactive classroom delivers this theological education to the students in their locality, right there to their homes or to their congregations, where they don't have to disrupt families and careers.
Howard Lewis also felt the call to give more to his community and congregation.
First and foremost, I wanted to stay in my true faith community, where I'd be held responsible by my family and friends. My kids were involved in the community around me, and the seminary just provided an opportunity for me to stay there and become a pastor.
Many theological educators are discovering that distance learning can offer much more than geographical freedom. Online learning can provide a program that is rigorous in the theological tradition.
The online delivery of theological education through the interactive classroom brings to the student more than just the assimilation and integration of knowledge. It actually puts that knowledge into practice in the life of the student as they are working within the congregation and under the tutelage of an on-site mentor.
I think the really neat thing about this program is that I'm able to take what I learn on a Tuesday and bring it right to the congregation and start utilizing it on a Thursday. A lot of other seminarians I talk with that are elsewhere, they have to wait till they get their own congregation, they write notes down and then use it 3 years later. I'm able to use it in my sermon, that upcoming Sunday.
So what made this seminary so appealing was it wasn't like a traditional internet delivered class like you would think. They brought you into the classroom. I could see the professor and the students could see me. You were in the classroom.
The Lord's Prayer, you begin by turning to God.
Online theological education allows us to place really great professors in front of students. Anywhere in the world we can get these professors, and the student is able to access what they could never access if they were going to a residential seminary.
I'm able to learn from some of the best minds in the world. Along with this, they're able to bring students from all over the world, some of the best theological minds as they were learning, and to share ideas together in ways I had never thought.
Online theological education is a great equalizer. It is a democratization of the educational process. Before, there were barriers that were established. Only the elite could go to certain places and study theology with the masters. Now, this can be delivered anywhere in the world to anybody interested in this content.
The Institute of Lutheran Theology is an online Christian faith community, seminary, and graduate school. ILT equips faithful pastors, teachers, and laypeople to effectively proclaim the gospel and serve Christ's church around the world.
I feel like now I've had deep theological training. I understand a lot more than I did 5 years ago. I've been able to really grow in my own faith and grow in my understanding of God's Word, and really taking the Bible knowledge and use it in ministry, whether it be with the elderly or with youth and everything in between.
Students can remain in their local context and access our content. All good theological education is contextual. It happens in the concrete reality of life, in the crucible of the congregation. Students can be where they are while getting the content, and we can integrate the content with the student's life.
The Institute of Lutheran Theology is an independent, autonomous Lutheran nonprofit educational initiative. ILT brings the seminary to you This contemporary, pioneering model enables you to affordably access a rigorous theological education while living and serving in your own home, congregation, and community.
The value of interactive online education is that students and faculty sit face to face with one another. Students are acquiring the knowledge, but they're also assimilating, integrating it, and applying it in their own location, in their congregation, amidst the lives of the people.
I cannot possibly explain how wonderful this experience has been. I have been mentored by some of the great spiritual minds in the country. I've been able to go to a depth in my faith that I never thought possible. I've been able to do a job which brings me endless joy and rewarding relationships that I have with the people around me.
Whether you have a clear calling to serve God or feel a need to deepen your theological knowledge, it's time to discover the Institute of Lutheran Theology. ILT offers graduate programs, certificate programs, and individual courses in theology. Find out more at ilt.org.